So once you've got the name for your logo and the strapline, what we need to do is look at these for inspiration. So let me just pan out so you'll be able to have a look at these from the link that you've got. So here are some general things that we can bring out from these logos. One is looking at the font that is being used. So for example, this CLIC Sargent, the font used for the logo and the strapline is exactly the same. The strapline font is just smaller. Here under Help for Heroes, right in the corner here, we've got the font used for the strapline exactly the same, but it's smaller and in italics, and this word for harmonizes those two together. If you have a look at the Alzheimer's Association, it's just font being used there. This particular font, We Are Macmillan Cancer Support, a very kind of bubble type font which talks about caring. The National Trust font, very traditional font. So once you've harmonized the two fonts between the name of the organization and the strapline, so for example like Bernardo's Giving Children Back Their Future, once you've harmonized those two fonts, the next thing that you want to look at these pictures for inspiration is the number of colors that are being used. So for example, under Help the Aged, We Will, that's their strapline, we've got black, white and yellow being used. RSPB just right next to it, we've got white, black and blue being used. Bernardo's just green, black, and the background is see-through, so it will come out whatever. So very a small number of colours being used, so maximum of 3. Here Tree Aid, just green and white being used. Habitat for Humanity here, just blue for the font, blue for the icon of the people, and green for the roofs there. So again, really reduce the number of colours that you're using in your logo. Now let's look at the actual picture or icon that is being used to represent it. So you've got just one icon picture here next to Bernardo's. You've just got a silhouette of 3 children. RNIB, again, just the one silhouette or line drawing of a person walking with a stick. The National Trust, it's just a leaf at the top. Motability, you've just got this round wheel type symbol. Help for Heroes, just the medal being used. So, and here Honeypot, a charity here, we've just got the bumblebee motif, so, or the bee motif. So you want to be very, very careful about the number of pictures or really kind of sort of graphic elements that you want to use. So even if I look further down here in the bottom right hand corner, we have got the use of pictures, but again it's kept really right down to just the one motif, the one image to be used if you're going to use it in your logo. Lastly, just have a look at the shape that the logos are making. So here, for example, the National Autistic Society, that will sit in a rectangle. Next to it, the Samaritans, that sits in a rectangle. The Royal Horticultural Society, that's more of a square. RNID, that sits within a rectangle. Cerebra, that will fit nicely into rectangular shape. So remember, the graphic and the text has been combined in such a way that it just makes a really tight sort of rectangular shape. So here, even if you look at the air ambulance logo, the green one, you've got a nice rectangular shape, but just the edge here has been made round to reflect the blade of the helicopter there. So you've got a nice kind of combination of a rectangle and a circle there. And again, this has got to come from your actual positioning of the elements, okay, so that they actually fit together really nicely. So quite a few, so here Ducks Unlimited, quite a few of them have got the graphic just appearing above the writing, or just helping the writing or explaining the writing. So tree aid is quite nice because the tree is growing out of the eye. The habitat, again, you've got a graphic being used to represent a roof and people underneath it, but again, extremely simple, and the graphic is combined to form one picture. So again, look very, very carefully at the amount of graphics that you have got in your logo, and then try and reduce that down, and again, take inspiration from these logos here.